Mamma, may I present Matthew Crawley and Mrs. Crawley, my mother, Lady Grantham.
What should we call each other?
Well, we could always start with Mrs. Crawley and Lady Grantham.
Come into the drawing room and we can make all the proper introductions. Thank you, guys. We were just saying how charming this room is now.
It always seemed rather dark when my mother-in-law lived here. Then she made everything rather dark.
What will you do with your time?
I've got a job in Ripon. I said I'll start tomorrow.
A job?
In a partnership. You might have heard of it, Harvell & Carter. They need someone who understands industrial law, I'm glad to say, although I'm afraid most of it will be wills and conveyancing.
You do know I mean to involve you in the running of the estate.
Oh, don't worry. There are plenty of hours in the day. And, of course, I'll have the weekend.
We'll discuss this later. We mustn't bore the ladies.
What is a weekend?
I thought you didn't like him.
Well, so what? I have plenty of friends I don't like.
Should our housemaid be kept enslaved or forced out into the world?
Why are you English so curious about other people's lives? If she wishes to leave and the law permits it, then let her go.
Well, perhaps the law should not permit it. For the common good.
So you hanker for the days of serfdom.
I hanker for a simpler world. Is that a crime? Anna, help me do battle with this monstrosity. Looks like a creature from the lost world.
The Dowager Countess.
Oh, my dears. Is it really true? I can't believe it. Last night, he looked so well. Of course, would happen to a foreigner. It's typical.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. No Englishman would dream of dying in someone else's house. Especially someone they didn't even know.
Oh, Granny, even the English aren't in control of everything.
Well, I hope we're in control of something, if only ourselves.
Mrs. Crawley tells me she's recommended nitrate of silver and tincture of steel.
Is she making a suit of armour?
But he doesn't drive. So I told her I could do it.
What?
I said I could drive the tractor.
Edith, you are a lady, not Toad of Toad Hall.
Well, I'm doing it.
I'm sorry, but if Dr. Clarkson needs free labour, I'd prefer him not to find it in my nursery.
But Sybil isn't in the nursery.
No, and in case you hadn't noticed, she hasn't been there for some time.
You know what I mean?
Well, no, not really. You can't pretend it's not respectable when every day we're treated to pictures of queens and princesses in Red Cross uniform, ladling soup down the throat of some unfortunate.
But Sybil won't be ladling soup. She'll have to witness unimaginable horrors when she's an innocent.
Her innocence will protect her.
Yeah, for once I agree with Cousin Isabel. Sybil must be allowed to do her bit like everyone else. You are quite wonderful the way you see room for improvement wherever you look. I never knew such reforming zeal.
I take that as a compliment.
I must have said it wrong. Yes, the minister. Well, how many Marquises of Flintshire are there? Yeah, I say, is this an instrument of communication or torture? Hello? Shrimpy? It's Aunt Violet. Yeah, very well, yeah. And Susan? Yeah. Good. I won't beat about the bush, dear. Whom might we know on the board of Leeds General Infirmary?
Matthew has proposed.
My. Has she said yes?
She hasn't said anything yet, except that she's going to have to tell him about Pamuk.
For heaven's sake, why?
She thinks to keep it secret would be dishonourable.
She reads too many novels. I mean, one way or another, everyone goes down the aisle with half the story hidden. The question is, will she accept Matthew?
I'm not sure.
Well, if she doesn't, we'll just have to take her abroad in these moments. You can normally find an Italian who isn't too picky. Can I do it?
If you wish, my lady, of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, are you really that tall?
Yes, my lady.
Thought you might have been walking on stilts. I'm so looking forward to seeing your mother again. When I'm with her, I'm reminded of the virtues of the English.
But isn't she American?
Exactly. Is it an Irish tradition?
What? She means not changing.
Of course it isn't, Granny.
It might have been. You don't change on the first night of a voyage. Tomorrow, let's ask the servants to come up and dine with us. It'll make things easier.
Hello, Mamma. Can I tempt you to one of these new cocktails?
I don't think so. They look too exciting for so early in the evening, don't you think so, Gus?
Better avoided, my lady.
Are you going up to the house to welcome the Queen of Sheba?
Oh, I think so.
Here you are. I see you've said hello to Grandmama.
She is like a homing pigeon. She finds our underbelly every time.
Well, I'm very glad you're here, but it wasn't me either, I'm sad to say.
Well, I love a mystery. Who could it be?
My guess is Cousin Isabel. She always likes to stick her oar in.
I'm going to ask her.
For heaven's sake, it was me.
You? But it wasn't your writing.
No. Smithers did it. Like all ladies' maids, she lives for intrigue.
You wanted me to come here?
I wanted Sybil and her husband to be here for Mary's wedding, yes.
Why keep that secret?
Silly, wasn't it?
I'm very touched. I'll admit it.
How democratic. Makes me think maybe I've been mistaken in you.
I'm a woman of many parts. Why do we never see him?
Oh, Harold hates to leave America.
Curious. He hates to leave America. I should hate to go there.
You don't mean that, Granny, when we're both so drawn to America.
Indeed, indeed, we are. Never more than now, when the bond between the Crawleys and the Levensons is so strong.
That's nice.
Love like glowing in your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart. I'm in love with you.
We can't just give up.
Certainly not. Oh, do you think I might have a drink? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a waiter.
I still can't. Something happening in this house is actually about me. The dress came this morning.
I was rather sad you decided against Patou. I would have paid.
Lucille was safer. We don't want her to look like a chorus girl.
How's Anthony? Excited, I hope?
Desperately. Just when he thought his life would never change, he's going right back to the beginning.
Oh, what an invigorating prospect. I really think you should go to bed. No bride wants to look tired at her wedding. It either means she's anxious or been up to no good.
I won't sleep a wink.
Tonight or tomorrow?
Sybil, vulgarity is no substitute for wit.
Well, you started it.
Well, this is the last of them.
I'm glad they've hurried it, so she can be married from Downton.
Are you? I should have thought a little sober reflection would not have gone amiss.
Mamma, let's try to be positive. Of all of them, Anthony Strallan is the most traditional choice.
Robert, Edith is beginning her life as an old man's drudge. I should not have thought a large drawing room much compensation.
Why dwell on that now?
Because I want the pleasure of saying I told you so.
Anthony, it is too late for this.
Might I suggest we all take a step back?
No, let him go. Let him go. You know he's right. Don't stop him doing the only sensible thing he's come up with in months.
Thank you, Lady Grantham.
Mrs. Hughes and Anna are taking what's left down to Mr. Travers tomorrow, my lady. For the poor.
If the poor don't want it, you can bring it over to me.